And Lauren, for U.S. consumers, the number one question arising from the strike is, what will this do to prices at the grocery store and elsewhere?
Billions and billions of dollars on our backs.
The union president giving his perspective on the dispute shortly after the contract expired at midnight. This strike affects 36 ports from Maine to Texas, including the port of Houston, but locations on the West Coast are not on strike. About 45,000 members of the International Longshoremen's Association walked off the job at midnight. This is the first strike by the union since 1977. They're demanding a 77% pay raise and protection from automation that the union says will cost many, many jobs. An alliance of the biggest shippers says the union demands are not practical and that a prolonged strike could cause supply chain disruptions and reignite inflation. SMU economist Mike Davis talked about the impact on the U.S. economy.
I'm not too concerned about the short run effects. I'm not even really that concerned about for the next, let's say, through the Christmas season, because it seems like a lot of places have made adjustments for this. They've ordered merchandise. They've moved shipments around to the West Coast. My biggest concern is if this goes on for a long time, it'll be debilitating.
What's going on, everybody? It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. What is going on? I see y'all rolling in. Slick Beats in the building. Yolanda Howard. Time is now. Juby's in the house. Grace Hill. Man, y'all pound the like button on y'all's way in. So it's official. This is day one of the port strike. I mean, technically they've been on strike, but this is the day where they finally walked off the job. You could call what they were doing before a protest, right? And their demands were unanswered. It would have been up to Biden and Harris. And what I personally believe is going on is that the government just don't care no more. And it is what it is. Everybody for themselves. That's what I'm beginning to think. I mean, when you got people who have a job to do, and this job requires a lot of demand on them. They're away from their families. They're working diligently. It's not easy work, long hours. And they can literally control our supply chain for half of the country. And y'all don't want to sit down with these people and have a discussion. Y'all don't want to give these people what they're asking for, which is nothing but fair treatment. That tells me, I don't know if it tells y'all this, but it tells me that the government, they didn't exit stage left. And they just truly don't care about the people. It seems that America just doesn't care about its people anymore. And they would like for anarchy to break free. They would like to see a purge happen. And that's what it seems like to me, looking from the outside looking in, as well as there's some politics involved where, you know, there is a good chance that the actual, election can be postponed. Maybe they're trying to hold on to power for long as they can. See, when I do these videos, I'm just looking at this stuff from the outside looking in. But I will say that with all that's going on, we know that we're in a time that was prophesied biblically. You know, they're talking about inflation going up as much as 77%, y'all. 77% is egregious. Groceries are already sky high. Gas is already sky high. People are already lining up to get their toiletries and things of that nature. But when they tell you that the U.S. supply chain is going to be affected, it's talking about everything: cotton, vehicles, vehicle parts, all of it. Right? So in some places, groceries have already went up. This was an early news brief, but everything has escalated since then, which we're going to get into those things. And so you can understand what times that we are living in biblically. And we're going to go to the scriptures as well, but let's get to it.
So far, President Biden, who has long touted his support for unions, has declined to intervene in this conflict, saying he wants to let the collective bargaining process play out. Officials on the state level, like the governor of New York,
Biden said he's going to sit this one out, meaning, hey, he's going to let things work out how they're going to work out, let the chips land wherever they may land.
are urging people to avoid panic buying, claiming there will be no shortage of essentials like food and medicine, and that price gouging will not be tolerated. But will those...
Now, this is for Fort Worth, Texas. So understand that I'm watching local news right now. So what I'm going to do is go to another broadcast on what's being affected nationwide. So in Fort Worth, Texas, y'all going to be all right. And I oblige people in their local towns, local cities, look at the news, right? So let me pull this up. Let me get y'all some world news here, or international news, so you can kind of understand what this means for the mass majority of the country, right? And let me get there. Court strike 24. So you can kind of understand what this means, right? There's actually some coverage here. We're going to get y'all some coverage, man, to find out what's going on. All right, here we go.
To Newark, New Jersey right now. That is where we find Fox Business's Jeff Flock with some of...
See, they're talking about dock workers demand a 77% pay wage. Sheesh. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. I'm thinking it's inflation, but the dock workers, man, sheesh. They asking for a lot. What are these people getting paid when they're asking for that much?
The union strikers right here. Jeff, thanks so much for joining us. Tell us what you know at this hour.
Well, Mike, maybe you can hear the chants in the background. ILA all the way. That's the International Longshoremen's Association. Now, maybe you hear no automation. That's a big a factor in this strike. One of the reasons for the strike is that no agreement on what a kind of future will be for the ports when it comes to automation. Some ports around the world are...
Earlier this morning, we got the latest read on manufacturing, and it came as quite a surprise. It was a very low number. Charles Payne's been at it, studying this.
Yeah.
What do you make?
I mean, well, it came in below estimates in that 47.2. All you have to know is that above.
All right, that's the wrong clip right there. But let me pull this up for y'all. Let's get the news here. And this is 9 hours. I'm trying to give y'all the most updated videos from this this Port City strike.
Chris, clearly whatever is perishable is going to be felt first.
Sure.
And that's what we keep hearing, that food is going to go bad. We'll see if this is still on in a week, but as the longer it takes to resolve this, you're going to see shortages of everything.
Absolutely, but inventories are high, remember, certainly not perishables as much. But when you look at automobiles, 45% higher inventories than a year ago. Heavy equipment, 60% higher inventories than a year ago.
So this is what you want to look at. You want to look at the international news. So as a whole, we kind of know what to expect. Now, we hoping that they sit down and solve this immediately, but in case they don't, it's certain things that you got to go out there and get. Look, America's already going through it. It's already going through it. And, you know, it was prophesied to have time like this. But I want y'all to know how the Most High's people are thinking. 2 Corinthians 4:8. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. Always bearing about in the body of the dying of our Lord Christ, that the life also Christ may be manifest in our bodies. For we which live are always delivered unto death of Christ's sake. So, you know, we ain't worried about nothing. We know what's going on. We see what's happening. although we are aware, we're watching, we're seeing what's going on, we know we got the Messiah. Understood? Understood. Right? Now, also, these times that we're in right now, I got another scripture for y'all because it's all written. Haggai 1:6. Ye have so much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe, it says, ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it in a bag with holes. That's what's going on in this country. It's like we're working. Everybody feeling the pressure right now. Everybody doing what it is they need to do. But it's like they're working, but there's no wages already. And now you got a Hurricane Helene, that didn't just put half the country underwater. Now you got inflation skyrocketing and shooting up in the midst of this particular port strike. And that tells you where this country is going. It tells you where this country is going. Let's continue.
Christmas merchandise, about 82% of it's already here. So maybe not some of the leverage that they thought they had. It's important. Certainly these people deserve to be paid. But at the end of the day, when you're saying we want to kill technology to secure our jobs in the future, that's fundamentally un-American. So I think that narrative is going to hurt them more than help them. I think they're going to resolve this next couple of weeks and we'll get our bananas sooner or later. That's for sure.
Well, Cheryl, you had a great interview yesterday with Chris Spear, the American Trucking Association's president and CEO. And I know that there have been, contingency plans made to use the West Coast ports. But that interview that you did yesterday with Chris Spear, he was really worried.
Well, because of the truckers, look at the. This isn't just about the dock workers. This is about truckers. This is about other union workers. That
I also believe that a lot of this is taking place because they're about to replace a lot of the truckers with artificial intelligence. And what we do in these particular broadcasts as creators is we give our synopsis, we give our opinions. We're watching what's going on in the world and we're giving our take on what we see transpiring. And doesn't mean I'm going to be 100% right with what takes place, but I'm really thinking that what's behind this is artificial intelligence taking over trucking. And what we're looking at is a reset. I wouldn't be surprised if this is all staged. Real talk. I wouldn't be surprised if it's all staged, made for TV. They got these guys out here with their picket signs and all of this kind of stuff because really they're trying to find an excuse to shut down the whole system when it comes to transport. And the reason I say that is because I've been watching the United Nations global summits, and they are heavy on this AI, particularly when it comes to transportation. And when I be seeing these things, I be piecing it together in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, something ain't right about this. It looks like they're trying to literally, get rid of truckers. And the Bible says we see the truth through a murky lens. We don't have all the answers, but that's definitely something that could be possible. Let's continue.
Throughout the supply chain, Maria, and going back to the food, we learned yesterday on the program that like a container full of bananas, that's going to spoil in 1 week. One Florida importer, he brings in asparagus on ships to sell to grocery stores in Florida. He said, look, I'm going to have to fly it in now. That shipment's going to be flown in, and that's going to be 50 cents a pound of a markup. This is inflation. This is going to hit your grocery store. It isn't going to be this week. But Maria, by 2 weeks, you're going to see it. Make no mistake. And as far as Gina Raimondo and
if they don't sit down within the next month or so, it's going to get real in certain places, particularly Florida and some places down south and also up north towards Jersey, New York, places like that. It's going to get real. So, I would tell you, brothers and sisters, to kind of keep in touch of what's going on, because you don't want to be that person who ain't prepared. You go into the grocery store thinking, you know what I'm saying, that everything gonna be copacetic, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? So it's just certain items that you should invest in if you can, you know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
The administration. Where is Pete Buttigieg? Where is our Secretary of Transportation? Now, we just got Edward Lawrence actually just sent out a long readout from the White House about what the Harris-Biden administration are going to be doing about the Biden-Harris administration. But all it is a lot of talk. And I don't, as far as I'm seeing, the Teamsters don't want Biden to get involved because he could invoke the legal Taft-Harris law, the Taft-Hartley law. He brings that in, 80-day cooling off period. We're 5 weeks out from the election, Maria. 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Timing,
that's a good
not
point.
good.
Yeah. That's probably why he doesn't want to intervene. He was asked, are you going to get involved? He said, no, I'm not going to get involved, Joe. But look, this is happening just at the time that we're supposed to be reining in inflation. It's going to spike right back up again.
Wow. It may be a play to keep inflation up. See, man, this stuff is all scripted. I'm telling you, it's a script. The world is but a stage. Ain't none of this stuff real, man. I be sitting here looking at this stuff and I just think none of it's real. Like, at this point, what it looks like is perhaps the Republican office going to be put in, and they got to have a reason for the inflation to stay right where it's at. So if we do get a new president, they have an excuse why it's still inflated. So the people that just don't wild out immediately. I don't know. I'm just coming up with, educated guess through astute observation. That's all.
Well, sure. And don't forget, Joe Biden has an image problem where most Americans don't think he's in charge. And by not taking charge during crises like this, you're only playing right into that. I think I speak for a lot of Americans where I want to know what exactly is on the Commerce Secretary's desk that is taking precedent over the loss of commerce for half the United States. What is it? Is it a DEI initiative? What could possibly take more precedence over this? And by the way, about inflation, a lot of that internal pressure is also being faced by a lot of these dock workers. We can't forget that these folks are also being burdened by the Biden-Harris inflation.
Maria?
Yeah, this country got to get it together, man. They definitely got to get it together. Because when there's a lack of bread, there's some real problems coming. And there's already a lack of wages. You got this inflation. What is the country going to do about all of this? And, as some of you all know, I'm actually in the process of moving from one place to the next. And, you know how it is moving. I just got everything packed up. And it's such a blessing, blessed beyond belief right now. Just had a new baby. Got another one on the way. New place, all of it. Yeah, let's praise the Most High for that. Thank y'all. And I've gotten so many congratulations, man. Y'all been so more than supportive in each and every way. People been hitting me up behind the scenes, wondering how they can be supportive of not only the move, but the new babies and things of that nature. People been hitting me up left and right. So what I did was I created a registry. If you go into my description box in this video, those who do want to take that opportunity to assist in any way that they would like to via gifts, you can go into that registry and you can give housewarmings. You can give things for the babies, boy or girls. Stuff is, if you would like, that registry is available for the audience. And so because a lot of people have been asking, yo, Bree, how can we support you? Because y'all are appreciative that I've poured into you for all these years and helped and done things for the community, as well as just make the material and content that you all enjoy. So I decided to give y'all the opportunity to be able to help out if you can, only if you can, and if you want to. No pressure on anyone, but the registry is available in my description box if you would like to support. And I know times is difficult out here for everybody. It seems that they're trying to just get rid of the middle class altogether. And, you know, they want it to be a dog eat dog society. But, you know, all we could do is stay prayed up, stay in this truth, and don't worry about nothing but prepare. Move in wisdom out here. Do what it takes to make sure that you and yours is secured. You understand? That's what it really matters. And hey, look, I love each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all, man. Somebody said it. There is no middle class. Real talk. I got much more material coming, y'all. I'm literally in the process of finishing packing up. That's why I'm not streaming live very long. I'll be ending this broadcast here in a few minutes. Just reading off a couple of y'all's comments. Somebody said big love from Manchester. Yes. Speaking out God's servants. Man, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Who's that girl? Conspiracy 1516 says having everything on credit is not middle class. Right. They're trying to get rid of everything. Juby, I see you. But look, peace and blessings to y'all, man. More material coming. Turn your post notification on, you know. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this Port City strike. And I got more material coming. Shalom and peace.